Hi everybody, how are you? Are you ready to start this third edition of the Aleph Hackathon? Well, I hope you are. I don't know, I don't see your faces. Right now we are starting our workshops for all the sponsors that are going to stream how to use our technology. Now I'll take it brief because in about an hour we're starting this opening ceremony with all of the instructions, the information, and the guide on how to hack during these following 72 hours that we have left. So to keep this brief then, I'm going to add to the stage to Mateo Sauton from WorldCoin. Here you are. So in about a second, we're ready to start then. I leave you the stage.
Perfect. Thanks. Okay, I'm presenting my screen right now. One sec. There we go. Okay, so I am going to talk about building mini apps for World Ecosystem on this hackathon. Quick intro on what I'm going to talk about right now is World Network, mini app stats, why the opportunity is now, some interesting use cases, and I'll end it with QA sessions, but I want to show you super quick how to set up and build a mini app super fast. So right now, World Network has 11 million unique humans. That's people that went to an org location and verified themselves. We have 23 plus million users in World App and 1 million plus transactions per day. So that's the opportunity for the whole World Network. You can either integrate using IDKit or MiniKit SDKs. MiniKit SDKs basically wrap up your front end and show your web in our World App as a web view, and IDKit, it's a much more broad SDK that lets you basically integrate our functionality of verifying humanness in any kind of native app or web page. So these are the two main things that you can use. I'm going to specifically talk about MiniKit SDK. That's how you build mini apps, and you can take leverage of our huge network. So super fast, I want to talk about mini app stats, but first I want to say that mini apps are basically what I just said, a wrapper for your front end, for third-party devs, or anyone that want to create a native-like application inside World App. And when you use this SDK and you wrap your front end, you're able to access our rapidly growing network, monetization opportunities via USDC, WLD, and many other commands that we are going to talk about super fast in this talk. But just for you to understand the basis on this is front end wrapped up, showed in our World app that you can, and then you can use our commands to basically interact with users' wallets, users' notifications, and many other things. Super fast about Latin America. That's where we are in Argentina right now. I did this numbers a few weeks ago. I think a month ago. I think. So we have got 16% of Argentina's world population, world population, using mini apps. 25% of Colombia, 10% Chile, and so on that you can see in the screen. And I want to talk about, you already see that numbers are huge, but why opportunity is now. So mini app stats today is that we have 210 million total opens. So, okay, mini app total opens. That might be higher in the dashboard that there's shared below, but around of that. And we already have, I think it's 10 million WLD transacted right now. So mini apps launched 6 months ago, and these are the numbers right now. I think there's no crypto project in the world that had these numbers in that little amount of time. So interesting that, but the interesting part is what we want as TFH for the end of year. We're going to aim to get 2 billion total opens and 10,000 million WLD transacted just in mini apps. So if you are planning to build a mini app, I think right now is a great opportunity to take advantage of our huge growth, because the company is focusing many things on building DevX and making mini apps super, super, super interesting for users. Right now, places where you can actually see that their numbers are not so great, but we're going to grow there, are verified monthly active users on mini apps and unverified monthly active users and mini apps. This is just mini app numbers. So we got 4% of unverified users use mini apps and 18% verified users using mini apps. The numbers are going to grow for sure. They are growing right now. And we want to get these numbers by end of year, 90% verified now and 50% unverified now. So we want to take those users that don't use mini apps to a fully mini app experience in the world. So we are super focused and hyper focused in three main things: aggressively scaling distribution for mini apps, increasing native wallet and wallet ID functionalities. Okay, so we are aiming to let you developers and builders interact more with our wallet and our wallet ID and many other features that we are aiming to build in our building right now. And the third thing, and making it stupidly simple to build all the consumer hacks. So I was talking about to friends right now a few moments ago. My goal is to make mini apps building as simple as prompting to V0 or any other vibe coding tool that you use, and that enabled you to build mini apps. So that's what we want, but what we get and what we got is case studies. I'm going to show you a few of the interesting mini apps that we have right now. The first one is Oro, basically a mini app that gives you an airdrop just for being a verified human. You get the Oro token daily. Interesting numbers here. They got 300K payment volume in their app. So it's people that want to use this Oro for something, probably swapping Oro for any other token, WLD, USDC, and that stuff. Given the market price, it's not so high, but it's super interesting use case. They got lots of daily transaction users, and their numbers are growing super fast. They got to 1 million users in just 3 months, just in the world ecosystem. The other one is Plus. That's an Argentinian financial app that got 1 million payment volume, $1 million payment volume, 13K daily transactions, and numbers are there. They're just basically off-ramping WLD into Argentinian pesos or just Argentinian pesos, local currency, in a super simple way. That's super interesting. Emporium, this is actually a great mini app. I love it so much. They are basically using Bitrefill as a mini app and let you, as a user, buy any gift card in any country, paying with any cryptocurrency. They got 3 mil in payment volume at approximately 15K daily active users. That's super interesting. Last but not least, one of my favorites, Credit. They give you, this is super interesting, they give you instant credits without collateral needed and super anonymous to users, because we don't know any information about our users, and they don't either. So super interesting mini app that got 100K users and many interesting stats over here. So I will encourage you to go to YouTube and type this mini app in 10 minutes. And if you get there, you're going to see this video from Andy, the creator of the MiniKit SDK, explaining how to build a mini apps in under, I think it's 12 min or 13 min. Super interesting way of building it. He built a ChatGPT wise mini app in a super interesting way. Okay, so that's it on the presentation. I don't want to bore you with video, but I'm going to show you super fast how to take advantage of the things that we have already built. And just to let you know, this is super important for everyone to know, everything that we do is open source, so you can go to GitHub and go and use our repos. That's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to go to the first things first. I want to share you this repo that Miguelito built, a friend of mine from Argentina. He built this 101 WLD mini app template repo that you can clone. He gives you everything that you need to understand and how to build a mini app, and enables you to use some of the interesting commands that we provide. For instance, wallet auth and verifying with World ID and pay command. So I encourage you to try to use this template or any other templates that we have in our docs. I'm going to go there right now in order to build a mini app super fast. This is super interesting and super fast to use, because you already have everything implemented. You know, someone explained you how to build it, and you just need to go use it and change what you don't want in order to get what your final product will be. So you just need to think on what do you want to build, and it's super fast and super easy to go there and build it. So I want to talk about a little bit more about commands. So for instance, when you install MiniKit SDK, you can use any of our template repos that we have, React Native, Vanilla.js, or Next.js template. You just install it and upload it into your project. You wrap your project with the MiniKit provider, and that's how you get the MiniKit installed. It's super important that everyone understands that they need to console log and check if the MiniKit is installed, because it's not going to work on a browser, okay? It's just going to work inside WordLab. And how do you test your mini app inside WordLab? Okay, super important for mini app building. You need to create an account on our developer portal that you can go from here. I just have it open here. And what you need to do is paste your app URL here, so that then you save changes for sure. And with that, you get this QR code that you can scan with your phone, and with your World app installed, you can, your mini app will open basically like this. If you're watching my screen, my camera, you're gonna see my phone. I cannot share both, so I just just show you that. So super important, create a dev portal account, paste your URL here, and scan the QR code so that you can use your mini app inside World App. So no command is going to work outside the World App if you implement MiniKit, okay? Talking more about commands, we offer this interesting documentation on how the commands work, the use cases that they might comply, and an example so that you understand. And lastly, if you go to the bottom of every page on commands, you can see the successful implementation of each one. So you have a graphic representation on how to correctly implement it. I don't want to go through the side-by-side implementation of this because it's up to you. You can use that, and you can also see Andy's video that he explains it so fast. But one thing that I want to give you after I talk about commands is I want to show you how to actually use MiniKit SDK to build a demo app. But first, let's talk about pay command. Pay command allows you to make users pay you, okay, send payment to a defined wallet. So super fast, you need to set up a whitelisted payment address. You need to do this inside the dev portal. You go to advanced, and in the advanced settings, you have this section called the whitelisted payment address, and you just paste this address here, and that's the way we link address. Obviously, you need to also use your address in the code, actually, obviously. But yes, you are enabling with this command a user that's a non-Web3 user to actually super simply pay you anything that you are offering. Okay, so for instance, I show you the Emporium mini app. They are basically enabling users to buy gift cards by letting them pay without even noticing that they are doing a crypto transaction. Okay, so this is the enabler for Web3 devs to reach out non-Web3 users. This is an example implementation of the pay command. It's a basic drawer that you preset the amounts and lets you, in a super simple way, send the transaction from wallet A, wallet user's wallet, to your wallet. If you want to implement a login method, we don't recommend you to use sign in with World ID because that's a deprecated command for MiniKit. It's just used in World ID section and the ID kit. But we recommend you to use wallet auth. Okay, it's basic CWE or signing with Ethereum. You can check the EIP here. And what we basically we enable with this is for you to get a wallet address. So if you know, every World App user has its own self-custodial wallet, and the way of getting that wallet from the for the mini apps is using wallet auth, and also wallet auth is our recommended login method. Also, every user on World has its own username set up, and the way to get user's username, since usernames are basically our ENS, is through their wallet address. So you can resolve their username with this. Basic implementation on how this works. If you want to not only receive transactions from users, but also send a transaction to users, you can use send transaction command. We are using permit to signature transfer function here in order to enable this option. So this command lets you send that transaction of any token to the user. For example, an airdrop. So you have a contract with tokens, and you want to send them to the user that verified themselves, as Oro does. They are using, for instance, this signature transfer function from permit to implement in the send transaction command here. So yeah, I don't want to go through that, but yes, you're enabled to send the transaction to users. You can also send ETH and so on. Another interesting thing on this is that you need to also set up your permit-to token if you're sending one, and your contract entry points here in that portal, and make sure that you save changes, please, because if not, that's not going to work. Super fast on last commands. You can sign messages, you can sign type data, you can share contacts. That's super interesting. So you are enabling users to share their contacts, a mini app, so that they can go inside that mini app. Okay. Super interesting to create loyalty programs or referral programs for mini apps. Last but not least, I want to talk about send transactions, send notifications command. This is super interesting for every dev that wants to get featured on our World app push notifications. So we are basically enabling every mini app to send, you need to request it, but yes, to send a notification from your mini app as a push notification from World app into the user's phone. Super interesting distribution method. You can send any message that's whitelisted in our docs here. So you're not enabled to send anything. You have some business rules here that you need to follow. Okay, so I want to talk about at the end of a super interesting way of building a mini app or testing commands, or if you ever get stuck in some place of your mini app building, you can do the following. So I mentioned minikit, and everything that we do is public, so you can go and access minikit.js, and we have a folder here called demo with next. Okay, so yeah, going into the minikit, I just did this because it was easier for the demo purposes. But yes, this is the next the minikit.js SDK. So you just navigate to the demo folder. You can run it. You're in locally. You should use ngrok as a tunnel for you to use your mini apps in your phone. Other way, if you just it happens. If you try to use localhost and paste that in the web portal, your app's not gonna open. Okay, so use ngrok as tunneling, and also super recommended using Eruda for checking logs on mobile. It's super insightful to check logs and see how things are interacting with our commands. So I'm gonna close this super fast. And if you get this demo with next running using ngrok, you are gonna get something like this. Okay, so this is our minikit template basic mini app that we use inside World to test new features and see how things work. So you can actually grab that folder and take it into your project, and you are basically right now having access to everything that we are actually using, and with actual commands properly implemented. Always, you're always going to need to set up your own contracts, or you can just copy the contract that we have here or the APIs. But basically, this is a super interesting way to hack how you build a mini app, because you already have everything implemented here. You just need to delete what you don't want and build your mini app. Super interesting one. You can use D0 to build your front end. As if you watch Andy's video, you just copy the command in your console that opens your project, and then you just implement every minikit command that you need in your mini app. Last but not least, I just want to share you some inspo. If you don't have any ideas and you don't know what to build, there's an inspo section in the guidelines that we are basically proposing things that you can build for the World network. civil-resistant airdrops, as Oro does, human AI platform interactions, decentralized credit marketplaces, merchant payment solutions, and many other things that you can build. For this hackathon, we are requesting, please don't build games and don't build chance-based or gambling mini apps, because we're not approving that and we want to create actual value to our users. So please take into consideration not to build games or gambling / chance-based mini apps. That's it for me. Thanks.
Hi, how was that? Cool, huh? So now we're ready to present the workshop from Stellar. That's going to be given by Laura and Daniela. So they're going to join us in about 1 minute to explain what can we build with Stellar. And of course, you're going to be able to find them here all around during these following 72 hours. Hi, excuse me the interruption again. I promise that in less than 1 minute, the stellar people, the stellar team are gonna be able to present their workshop. Just to make a little warning that we are moving our workshop for CK Sync. So we are starting the opening at 7 p.m. here in Aleph. So we're gonna be waiting for all of you in the main stage in about 30 minutes. So get ready. Start with your YouTube link because the workshop is starting now. Yeah, here they go.
Hello. ¿Ya nos pueden escuchar? Yeah? Okay, awesome. All right. Hi, everybody. I hope that you're all doing fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your afternoon with us. My name is Daniela.
And my name is Laura. Nice to meet you.
Yes, so we are both from a team called BAF, Blockchain Acceleration Foundation, and work with the Stellar ecosystem to support them in their going to market in Latin America. And we're here in Buenos Aires at the Aleph Hackathon, where we brought over 25 builders from all over Latin America to prepare and to build on the hackathon. So we're going to use this space to tell you all a little bit about what we're doing, the plans that we have for the hackathon, and some opportunities for you all, so you can stay connected with the ecosystem after this weekend ends.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to be the whole of my screen. Yeah, I think that you should be already seeing it. Let's wait for the confirmation. Okay.
Sí.
Awesome, Dani. So you want to start?
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, amazing. So as I told you all, we're part of Blockchain Acceleration Foundation, which is a foundation that's been around since 2018. It was created in the United States with the goal of supporting university students connect with each other to provide opportunities to provide classes at the university level. And today, that mission has changed slightly to be broadened up for the general public. And we do things like international scholarships, where we take builders to retreats all over the world so they can participate in activities like the one that we're in this weekend, and they can continue growing and expanding their work, their knowledge, and the opportunities in the ecosystem. So some of the things that we do and some of the things that you can get as a result of joining BAF is access to our network. We're currently in pretty much every single continent around the world, and we have a community of over 3,000 members. Because of this really strong community, there's been a lot of co-founders that have found each other, a lot of people that have found investment opportunities through us, and jobs, as well as opportunities to participate in hackathons, hacker houses, conferences, etc. So these are some of the programs that we do. And this one right now that we're in is a developer experience program where we provide builders with a house, the hackathon, cultural activities. So here in Buenos Aires, we've been spending time getting to know the city, getting to know them, getting to know each other, and also activities like wellness activities where we go into ice baths and do yoga classes and those kind of things. And here are some of our partners. As you can see, we've worked with some of the biggest names in the ecosystem. And right now we're working very, very closely with the Stellar ecosystem to support them in growing. I think we can skip that.
Okay, wonderful. So connecting with what Dani said, this is part of the story that we have built so far with the Stellar, and this is the reason that we're here. So if you go back to 1 year ago, everything started with a collaboration that we did for Consensus. This is the 5th year that we have been partnering with Coindex to be the official educational partner, and for that time we had a huge activation that includes, as you can see, the Blockchain University Summit that was a conference that we create into the same conference, but was aimed to provide opportunity to the people that was new, that was somehow relate with academia, to find their place into that event that is huge and sometimes chaotic. And at the same time, what we did was have a builder house. But that opportunity, we focused it to students in North America, and all those students were the ones that participate in the Stellar Hackathon. That was the official hackathon for that specific conference. And yeah, the results were wonderful. After that, we decided to provide them like an opportunity to follow up with the different projects that they were building. And that is why we moved oh, this is wrong, but it was Austin to San Francisco to the Stellar Summer Builder Retreat. What basically was the same immersive experience. It was like a really good opportunity to activate the whole community and show to San Francisco what our students can do. After that, we moved to the place that we are right now, and it was wonderful to have the presence of Stellar during the Blockchain Educational Day. That was part of the whole Aleph City. It was a really good opportunity. And after that, Stellar was like, Latam is the place when we want to be. And that is why I'm connecting like all this trajectory to the last momentum that happened at the end of the last year, and has been such a turning point in all collaboration with them. That was the launch of the ambassador program that is known as Star Maker. So I'm gonna move to show you a little bit about what is this about. So basically, as I said, Star Maker is the ambassador program that we are running for Argentina, Colombia, and Mexico. And I believe that the first question that many people ask me when I'm talking about this is like, why should I join? So if you see, here are the main reasons of why you should be part of this. The first one is the different opportunities that we have to be able to travel around Latam. Dan is going to explain us about this a little bit more in a minute, but basically what we're doing is planning several retreats around the whole year to provide all the builders of the ecosystem the opportunity to connect and to have like experience where they can understand why are they building. The second one is that we provide different opportunities of learning. So yes, as you can see described here, it's going to be several courses that we're doing in Spanish. They're free. We have a huge network where basically the whole team of Stellar is attentive to your questions, and there's going to be applause for all the people who will be participating in this hackathon. And that's pretty much part of the stuff that we are providing to the people who are building with Stellar. The third thing are the different opportunities to be leaders, to be like those referents into your local communities, and support the others in the way that someone before you support you. And the last thing is that we have several opportunities in terms of bounties, of grants, mentories, and something that is pretty cool, and you're going to see it in the near future. like the people who is participating into this program, and those are the more actives, they'll be traveling for Meridian. And it's funny because they mentioned it like, I don't know, Danny, 2 weeks ago, that is going to be Rio de Janeiro. So that's pretty exciting. I don't want to take like a lot of time in this point, but I just want to show you like the structure that we're pursuing with this. Basically, the program is structured in 4 tiers, where in the first one, it's Nebula. And basically, this is the first stage that is going to take you between 2 and 3 months. And the benefits that the ambassador are going to have are related with education, the bounties that I mentioned that are also related to learn, but at the same time earn some stuff so you feel motivated and have the opportunity to be part of the network. The second stage, or the second tier, goes from 3 to 4 months. And basically, we keep educating our ambassadors, where we're going to have workshops that are more advances. They're going to have the opportunity to receive grants to support all the idea of events that they have to generate impact into their local communities. And it's part of the to be like super active and be that leadership that each of the local community needs. Now we're moving forward to the first dose stage that we're related with education, and the third tier, it's more related to try to prepare those people. And probably I know that in this moment, like some of you are here are gonna feel like relate with this, but are those one who has the perspective to be founders and want to build using a Stellar. So this tier is going to allow you to be that leader or organize like biggest event. As for example, in the last tier was like, I don't know, you want to do a workshop in the city, in your city. For this tier, you will be able to make a proposal of have a hackathon, to have a builder house. So it's up to your creativity. The second one, as I said, like is part of a cycle when you're like providing the opportunities that you received before. So you're gonna become a mentor for your community, and you'll be collaborating in all the regional expansion. This is pretty much what I said, and something super cool about this is that you're gonna have access to the retreats that we will be having each 3 months. So this is the first one that we're having. We are here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The next one, it seems that it's gonna be in Colombia. So please have that in mind. And the last one is Supernova, which is basically a period that goes for 6 to 12 months. And here, the idea is like super focused in all the aspect to be able to build your project. So some of the steps or benefits that this includes is invitation to Meridian, Rio de Janeiro, as I said, be part of the accelerator of startups that is part of Stellar. And yeah, like be super close about or with the whole core team, which is a plus that is really exciting about this ecosystem. How we're gonna do it, and I'm gonna finish it here, is basically through 3 means. The first one are events that are part of the experience that we are providing each month in several cities around the country that we're managing. The second is the focus that we have in community, because for us, the people is the heart of everything, to understand your needs and how we can support you to solve it and elevate the experience that we're pursuing. And the third, most important, is the education. Just to show you super briefly, and I'll pass the mic to Danny, those are some of the most active ambassadors that we have right now around the world. You're going to see that this is not just Colombia or Mexico and Argentina. You're going to see other countries, but here in Latam, we also have a wonderful team in Chile, in Brazil, that are doing amazing stuff, in case that we have some people from those places. And yeah, I just want to show you this interactive map that shows some of the events that we have had so far. So if you see, like, we're basically committed with the goal to go all over of these countries. And yeah, so what about Danny, if you tell us more about what are we doing here, so that people can have more context about it?
Yes, absolutely. So what we're doing here in Buenos Aires right now, as Lau mentioned, is part of this whole program that we're creating, which came as a solution for building programs that truly have a circular momentum and can support people in the long term. So this is the first retreat, which is going to be the one of 3 in this year. And we selected from a pool of over 120 really, really qualified applicants, 20 builders to come to Buenos Aires. And it was a 7-day experience where the first 4 days They had training that included technical training and soft skill training, like how to develop an idea, a pitch, etc. And for the next 3 days, they're going to be building those projects that they've been thinking and preparing to build in the last 4 days of the program. We have people here from 9 different countries of LATAM, which is beautiful. And we want to continue to create these types of opportunities for people all over the world. So one thing that you forgot to mention, Lau, is that we also have chapters in Africa. So we have a chapter in East Africa and one chapter in South Africa. I know this is an international call, so if you are there, know that there is also a support system and a community that's there to support you in your region. Yeah, and so the idea, is that we will be able to bring more people like you that are watching us to those retreats, and that you will be able to participate in this kind of experiences moving forward.
That's wonderful, Dani. So my next question will be, can you share with us what are going to be the prices? And if you were a builder, why you will build using Stellar?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing is, of course, as I mentioned, the builders that are here receive scholarship. So that is already included into the prize pool that we had. And how they received flights, housing, and also like different things so that their stay here goes well, as well as the technical training before the hackathon. And there are 2 prizes of $2,000 each to people that are building solutions using Stellar technology. And the thing that to me offers the most value is the community power funding that you're going to tell more about.
Okay, wonderful. So this is just something that is super new, and we're happy to make this spoiler here. But we just had a conversation with the Stellar team, and for the people who don't know, they have this program, which basically goes to try to motivate those builders, because it's gonna be like a huge effort that you're gonna do in the following. I think that is less than 72 hours. But the thing is that we want to motivate you to keep building, to just don't presentate and, for example, or no, win those 2Ks, but go beyond. Stellar has this program that I will send you all the information on the channel that we have on our Telegram with this information. But basically, is a program where you can get like more funds applying for your project. Something very interesting about this is that the submissions goes until the Sunday. But what Stellar said is that they're so excited to know what the people is going to be building that they're going to make an exception, and they're going to extend the application for the most relevant projects that we'll see around. Basically, you can see more information here, but the application and the winners of this process are going to get a base amount of money, which is equivalent to 50K, if I'm right. And yeah, you can see more information here. This is like all the process, but what we want to say with this is like put like an extra, yeah, as I said, like incentive to you. There is just not build and put your dreams there, but continue building. And this is the right way to do it, because you're gonna, yeah, keep moving forward. As I said, I'm gonna send you this information. Other relevant thing before just moving full into announcements is regarding to the workshops and the others like preparations, activities that we did during this week. We have everything recorded, and we have like all the material that we went through. So in case that you are just like knowing about this opportunity and you want to learn more and you still want to be part of this, what we also going to do is send all this information in Telegram. So in the following minutes or about 1 hour, you will receive the recording of the workshop that we did. You're going to get all the different repositories where we have the examples that we showed during the classes that we did. And yeah, we're going to be during the whole weekend around and just at the reach of a DM in case that you have any additional question regarding what you show, like what is BAP, what is the ambassador program, more information about the community fund of Stellar, or any doubt regarding about building your project. I think that that's all, and probably just move to announcements.
Yes, sure. So we want to just share this invitation with all of you that are local or in Buenos Aires right now. Tonight we have an event here in Palermo. It's going to be an event where you can meet the other builders and also people from the Stellar ecosystem that are present in Argentina right now. So this is an open invite for anybody who is here.
Wonderful. The last thing is that don't forget to follow us. You're gonna see more opportunities, all the retreats that we just mentioned, not all the work that we're doing with the Stellar, but as we show you, we had several opportunities, just a new post. Okay, this is like super helpful, and it's on live. Go and read this thread. Yeah, you can see like more of the work that we're doing with other protocols and how you can get involved. So I think that that's all. Thank you so much for your attention, for your time, and happy building.
Yeah, good luck to everybody. And as Lau said, if anybody has questions, if you're not local, do reach out to us on Telegram. We're happy to support. It makes us so happy to support people and to give you guys the right tools for your journey. And if you're a local, come say hi. We are so excited to continue building this community. And we really believe that Stellar is a fantastic ecosystem to build in because of all the resources that it continues to offer, from very, very early in the development stage of ideas till you're ready to launch a project, and if you're ready for investment as well. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody, and have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Creo que no se me oye, ¿no? So thank you so much for these workshops. Thank you to Stellar. Thank you to World. Now it's time to get social and jump to the main stage. We're going to continue the streaming, but we're going to change locations, and we're starting in about 10, 15 minutes. So just keep here, grab a coffee, and we'll be back soon.